let me get my microphone.
Okay.
I know that this will be something.
I'm like getting so lightheaded. I need to eat, but
Oh, you can, yeah, it's like, oh, do you want some food?
no.
I know how you feel.
I'm like, oh.
Where's my microphone? Maybe it's over here?
There it is. It's right there.
I'm retarded.
But I guess, like, I mean, I feel like it's obvious that you want me out of the house right now, and I guess where I'm coming from is I don't get why you feel like I'm such a target. Like, I don't get why me over everyone else, and I feel like you just said the $10,000, like, to me it feels like it's personal and not, because I don't get how I'm any, like, so much of a threat to you, because there's
I didn't think of that at all, because I don't know right now, like, you are a threat to me. You're a huge threat to me. Like, you are physical, and I think that, like, I felt like you don't like me. And I know that you can sit there and say, like, oh, but I do like you, and you're not a target, but you know how it is when you're in this situation.
I know,
but
I get it.
I feel like you don't like me, and I feel like that you want Brendan and I to be broken up. Like, I feel like that, like, last week with the whole, like, Hayden Annie thing, like, I felt like you were gunning for Annie to stay in the house and break up me and Brendan's alliance. And then it's like, I'm scared to death, Monet, that, like, you are going to come after me. And I know that maybe you think that that's stupid and you don't know why I see it, but the way I see it is I see it you, Brittany, possibly Lane, Enzo, Matt. I'm not really sure, like, who you guys talk game to, but definitely you and Brittany. And I told Brittany this too, and I said, you know, I feel like you and Brittany are people that are going to come after me and Brendan, and that maybe you wouldn't put us up on the block together, but you might backdoor us. You, like, that's a big deal. And, like, you kind of see how it is, like, when you are in this position, because I was there last week.
Right.
You don't ever want to be there again. And you have to think that, like, there are people in the house that want to come after you, and then there are people in the house that you're not their target. Right. You know what I mean? And I feel like if you or Brittany would have won HOH against me, that you guys would have put me and Brendan up.
Like, I know I can sit here and say I wouldn't have done that, but, like, it doesn't mean anything.
Mm-hmm.
But I can't honestly say that either of you were not who I wanted out this week.
Yeah.
And I can say that with confidence. I think you probably know who I would have wanted out, maybe not.
Mm-hmm.
But I can't say with confidence. It wasn't, like, for me, I know people keep saying, like, showmance, but from, like, my own personal game right now, that's not an issue.
Right. That's
like, that, to me, that's not an issue. And I know for some of the people in the house, like, because, like, I'm down there and you hear stuff, and, like, I know it is an issue. But it's like, and I see where you're coming from, like, you have to do what you feel is right. And for me, it wasn't that, like, I know Brendan is a strong competitor, and I know you're a strong competitor, and I feel threatened by you too. I mean, you would have won had Brendan not had his ginormous 13-letter word.
Right.
You were in second. So for me, like that's threatening to me too, because I do know that you are a good competitor as well.
Mm-hmm.
But I feel threatened by you. I feel threatened by you too. I mean, you would have won had Brendan not had his ginormous 13-letter word.
Right.
You were in second. So for me, like that's threatening to me too, because I do know that you are a good competitor as well.
Mm-hmm.
But for me, it's more of an issue of getting out people that you don't know where they stand. Like, you don't know, would you get their vote if it was, like, vice versa? And, like, that's the scary thing for me, because if you put, you save someone and you're like, you can't tell if you get their vote or not, like, that's a big deal for me.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. That's where I'm coming from.
No,
and
I think that's huge too.
Right.
I think that's huge. And
because for me, that's more of an issue. Like, you can, like, a person can come up here, and, like, I've just noticed it from downstairs, like, people, I mean, maybe it's just me, but, like, people are just...
They come to the HOH room.
Yeah, they're just...
Yeah, totally.
Always up here, and it's just, like, whoever is the HOH is going to be their new best friend.
Yeah, I agree.
And for me, that is really scary, because you're, like, you don't know if you can trust them. Or are they just buttering you up because you are HOH, or, you know, they're just going to side with someone else as soon as they're HOH. And I know, like, I know you said too before that you wanted like a game of people actually to play the game. And I mean, I do too, but I mean, I see where you're coming from. It's just hard for me because, like, I don't understand, like why you feel like I'm so much more of a threat than anyone else downstairs.
I think I don't know. Like, I don't know who else is talking about Brendan and I being such a threat. But the only thing that I have to go off of is that I feel like when Annie was here, that it was you, Annie, and Brittany. And then I kind of felt like maybe you sided with her, but you weren't talking to me at all, Monet. You have to understand, like, if it was the other way around and you were HOH this week and I was in your situation and I came up to you and I was like, Monet, I don't want to go, like, you'd be like, Rachel, you rolled your eyes at Power of Veto when I was put on to play, and then after that, you didn't talk to me. Like, you have to know that both of us...
I do see where you're coming from, but then at the same time, it's like, you have to understand, like, I didn't have an issue with you, and then you, like, blatantly rolled your eyes, and I was like, I didn't know what I did to upset you so much, so then...
It wasn't even something that you did. I think you're in my situation right now, and I was so, like, emotionally distraught because I was freaking out because Brendan and I were going to go home.
Yeah.
And
I mean, I understand that now because it's like you see things differently once you are in this situation. Yeah. But at the time, I was just like, I don't know what I did to you. And then I'm the type of person where if there's something like that, I just distance myself to avoid a conflict.
Right.
So it's not that I ever had anything against you. It's just that I saw that and I was like, I don't know what I did.
Yeah. And I understand that. And I do feel bad about that. And I've wanted to apologize for it, but then I don't want to come off as being fake. And
well, see, and like I wanted to bring it up, but then I was like, I don't want you to think I'm just trying to start something because I'm not. I'm like, so then it's like as time goes by, you're like, well, you know, it's like that was 5 days ago, and it's just like, let's let it go. But